One of the most common frustrations that I hear about, especially from new beardsmen, is the lack of facial hair growth below their bottom lip. Oftentimes what will happen is they have somewhat of a soul patch right in the middle, and then on the sides of that, they are missing hair. Now, I do not consider that patchiness. I do not consider that a patch. I believe that is just a very common facial hair growth pattern. It's just what we see, but that does not change the fact that some people are really frustrated with it. But I will point this out. There are several beard companies that work that pattern, that growth, into their logo to show you how common that is. For example, Beard Octane. If you notice, I can't see here, but under that lip portion, you see that growth pattern missing. That is how common it is. But I know guys are bothered by this and they want to either change their perspective or they just want to fill that in and get that full facial hair all the way up to the lip. And I have 2 points that I think can help some of you guys out there. Now, before we get to those, I must say, please hit a thumbs up on the video if this sounds like something that you will enjoy. And also, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dan C. Bearded, and I do hope you consider subscribing to this channel if you like learning about beards. And if you're returning, bam, fist pump, knuckles, whatever we're calling that these days here. Fist bump. I said fist pump like Jersey Shore. Fist bump to you guys out there for coming back and always supporting the channel. So 2 bits of advice. The first one, I do mean every word of this. It might come off as a little bit corny, but it is true. Rock what you got. It is likely a bigger deal for you than for anyone else. You are likely your worst critic when it comes to your facial hair than considering to anybody else out there. When I look at a beard, I've never once, genuinely ever been like, oh, great beard, but he's missing hair under the lip. It doesn't even register for me. I don't see it until someone points it out. I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, that is true. I do see what you're saying, but that's not what I notice. That's not a patch. That's not a bald spot. That's not anything that's taking away from a beard. That's just facial hair. That's just how a lot of guys, I would say a majority of guys, grow their facial hair. Rock what you got. Go with confidence. Don't make it into a big deal. But again, I know some of you want to solve it, right? And I'm not the greatest person to talk about that perspective because my hair goes all the way up to my lips. So I get it. I don't know the other side of that fence. Guilty. You got it. Now, for those of you that do want to try to really push that growth, I do have a tip that I think could help you out. And there's some science behind this. I'll link everything in the description. What I want you to try is getting a bottle of pure castor oil and then get a bottle of pure peppermint essential oil or just peppermint oil. Now, both of these have shown a lot of promise when it comes to growth with facial hair and hair in general. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look to get that pure castor oil and then mix 3% with peppermint oil. Now, I'll make it pretty simple for you guys. If you get a 1 ounce bottle of I keep wanting to say jojoba oil because it's going to come back to the study. If you get a 1 ounce bottle of castor oil, take a little bit out, and then what you're going to do is add 15 to 20 drops of peppermint oil. It is not the perfect equation, but that's going to make up about 3% of the bottle. And if you're just making it for yourself, you're not selling or anything, you don't have anything to worry about. It's going to help you. If you really want to push it, go on that upper end of about 20 drops of peppermint oil, and we'll really see what can happen with this growth. Now, what do I advise? I advise putting this on those spots directly at night before you go to bed. If you take a shower beforehand, that's even better. If you exfoliate with a comb after the shower, that is the best optimal conditions for that hair growth. Now, there is some science behind this. There is a study that came out of South Korea in 2014, peer-reviewed journal. I'll throw it in the description again, the link, and it shows that peppermint oil shows more growth of facial hair and hair in general than regular oils like jojoba oil, now we came back to it, and even minoxidil. Yes, Rogaine. This study, peppermint oil beat minoxidil when it came to growing hair. That's pretty substantial. And then with castor oil, there's not a study. There's no link here. There's not a ton of scientifically proven evidence, but there are generations of anecdotal evidence, including my wife, Sam C. Women have been using castor oil to grow hair for years and years and years. Sam was frustrated with her eyebrows, so she bought some pure castor oil and she was putting it on the places she wanted her eyebrows to get thicker and to grow more, and she saw results that she had never accomplished in her entire life, and it was just with that castor oil. So there's a lot of people that swear by it, even though we don't have that scientific proof. Now, I don't know if this is going to help you. I don't know if it's going to work for everybody, but I do think it will give you a shot to be able to mix some of that pure castor oil. And I don't want to go with the Jamaican black castor oil because of the pH level for this. Pure castor oil, and then put in 3% peppermint oil, and let's see what it does. Let's see what it can do. All right, I'm going to come back with a conclusion in 2 seconds. Couple of things to end here. First, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but you can get the castor oil and peppermint essential oil pretty much anywhere. You can buy it at all natural stores, right? The stores where you can go buy the oils and kind of the hippie type stuff. They will always have it. You can buy these things at most like supermarkets, and you definitely can buy them online. These are pretty widely accessible to go and purchase those. Next thing, does anybody have experience using castor oil or peppermint oil for growth? Let us know if it worked for you or if it just didn't and it was kind of a dud or a bust. And then lastly, what about your growth pattern? Is there anybody that has that growth pattern out there that's willing to comment? I know a lot of you do. What are your thoughts? Does it bother you? Is it not really a big deal? Do you just embrace it? I would love for people to read different comments of perspective from guys that actually have that growth pattern out there. I'm excited for this video and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think, and especially down the road if people try this, hey, maybe we're onto something pretty cool here. Thank you guys as always. Dancy Bearded, stay bearded and stay positive.